Hi, Cancer. I am here to do your weekly reading for you. So let's get your overall energy for the week. And remember, only take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? Whoa! Well, we had a couple fly out. Let me pick those up. The first one is the one of air. Brilliant ideas that may need refinement. Overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely. Remain objective. So this is your first card that decided to go flying. Now I need to go pick up the other one. I'll be right back. Wow, it's a beautiful card too. You have the wheel. A fresh new start or the end of delays. Sudden or unexpected progress. A very positive change in your life. Travel or a new vehicle potentially. So you have two new beginnings as the two cards that came out for your overall energy. I'm thinking you're going to have a new beginning. What about you? Okay, let's get a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle and see what they would like to share with you. And don't forget to check your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more complete picture. Okay. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Need to move this. See if we're going to have enough room. I think we will. Okay. And that's a number 10. And now we're going to take one from your Moonology deck and see what they would like to share with you. Okay. Surrender to the divine. You have some very nice cards. Yes, you do. Two beginnings. That's pretty amazing, I think. Okay, so let's get some cards from the universe. And see what we come up with. Ooh. And your first card out is the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful card. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles, what I admire about her is she has found a way to divide her time perfectly between work and home. She is filled with abundance, pentacles galore, and her home life is absolutely beautiful. And for those of you who have worked and have a family, you know it is no easy task, oftentimes. But she's found a way to do it. And so she's sharing this with you. Okay? Oh my goodness. You have another new beginning. Only this beginning is one of happiness, joy, and love. And it's filled with creativity as well. So you have new challenges, wonderful new ideas. In here you have happiness and joy. Beautiful. Oh, and not to forget the will, which is a fortunate new beginning. And you have the Queen of Pentacles, who's filled with abundance. And the buffalo spirit is saying the abundant universe will provide. It's looking great. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords refers to some sort of crisis, conflict, one where you've been engaged in a win-lose conflict of sorts, and trust has been broken. Where you once felt like you were working in collaboration with somebody, now you feel like it's a competition. So, the best thing to do is try to find common ground, work through it, find a resolution. But if you can't, then you go on. There's only so much a person can do. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, you have balance. The Two of Pentacles. You need balance. And I can see how that would be, especially with this card here. There is not balance here. Okay? There's a lot of emotional involvement, potentially, and not of the positive kind. It's a win-lose battle kind of thing. And you need balance. One of the good things about where this is it's at the bottom of the deck. So it will have influence over here. Trying to bring balance to the situation. Well, I can tell you, the Queen of Pentacles doesn't need any balance. She is beautifully balanced. This doesn't need balance. It's beautifully balanced. This totally needs balance. So this is trying to bring balance here. Okay? Let's go a little bit deeper. See what we get. Well, we had one just jump right out. Six of Swords. And what that is saying is that you are leaving where it no longer serves you and going to a place that serves you very well. And oftentimes in the tarot, you see these little castles hiding back behind somewhere. And you can see it here, the little castle. That's where your happiness is. Okay? So you're going away from where you're no longer served to a place where you are. Okay? And here this talks about the Four of Swords, where it's time to take a rest, retreat. You've worked hard at something, and down here it says it's like your first milestone. But regardless, you've worked hard at something, and now it's time to take a break. And this break could come at any time. It could be potentially a break between the cycles. It could be a break before or after this journey. It could be a break after this. It does come right next to this card, though. So that would lead me to believe, and also right below this card, that this break comes after you leave where it no longer serves you and you travel to where you are happy. Then you take a break. Your new beginning starts. And you take a break. And I can see how they'd be, because both of those bring comfort. So it's much easier to take a break when you feel good. You might need a break when you're feeling not so good, but sometimes it's very challenging to do that. Okay. This is like a midpoint energy. You see these 3 ships down there? This person's put something out there, and they're waiting to see what comes back to them. She's waiting for her ships to come in, which is great. It's like, well, you've got so many new beginnings. Oh, pick one. But it's like, okay, you start this thing, whatever it is, and you've put the energy out there. And it could also be a relationship. It could be many, many things. And you're standing there waiting to see how it's received, right? But this card oftentimes says, don't just stand there, take action. Do something. So maybe, if you follow along this way, it's saying, okay, you're done with this, okay? You are on your way to find balance. So you had this new beginning. Leaving this place, go on to your new beginning. You reach it, it's time for a break. And when that break is over, time to get busy. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is not specifically a romance card. It can be, but it talks about creating deep relationships and partnerships with people or a person that's based on shared values and compassion and unconditional love. And it also talks, this card, about you tend to see the divine in others, which is wonderful. And you should nurture these new relationships because they hold potential for the future. Now, what potential? I don't know. Okay, so to quickly cover this again, you have a new beginning. One where you have brilliant ideas and where you're overcoming obstacles. And the only real obstacle in this whole reading is right there. You could say this could potentially be an obstacle, but that's not really. That's just where you need to find balance. This is an obstacle, and you're overcoming it with faith that everything will work out. And obviously it is. Communicate clearly and concisely and remain objective. Okay. But the part that I'm really liking about this is brilliant ideas that may need refinement and overcoming obstacles. So you're having a brilliant idea. And here, the Ace of Cups is filled with happiness and joy and creativity. So you couple these 2 together, it's a brilliant creative idea that you're coming up with. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. A fresh new start and the end of delays. And it's a fortunate new beginning. And fortunate means many things, but it could also mean your pentacles. So you have brilliant ideas, very creative, loving, ideas filled with joy and abundance. And here the buffalo spirit is saying the abundant universe will provide. And, abundance, that's repeated here a few different times. And at the very end, it says surrender to the divine, which that could easily be a part of your new beginning. Okay? So down here in this area, it looks like there was a problem. It created a lack of balance, which is not okay. It really isn't. You need to be as balanced as you can to have the best life you can. It's kind of, some days are better than others. It's going to fluctuate. But overall, you want to try to have the best balance you can. And in a situation like this, there's no balance, period. And it looks like whether you resolved the issue or not, you decided that that was enough. You were done. It was time for a new beginning. Okay? So you decide to move on to a place that serves you well. And it will indeed, because it's coming along with these 3 new beginnings. And after you reach it, then you get to take a break. Enjoy the moment. Okay? And also, along with this new start of yours, you have great balance. Okay? This is not an issue. This woman, or this energy, is so beautifully balanced and abundant. Okay? And so, where this fits in, not quite as sure. I would say you put your project together, you know, you get it to where you really want it to be, and you put it out there to see how it's received. But it does, or it could say, okay, now that your break is over, take action. Start working on whatever it is that you're wanting to work on and put it out there. And here, you might very well meet somebody in this new wonderful beginning of yours who you will highly value. All right? And they hold potential for your future. So treat it nicely and carefully, okay? Let's see what the universe would like to add. Page of Cups. Very nice energy. Very nice indeed. The Page of Cups is learning how to connect with others and how to build healthy relationships. Okay? Which I would say these two could easily sit right next to each other. Okay? And it might, potentially relate to this in some fashion. Maybe it's saying that you learned a valuable lesson from this. And that you will be treating the new relationships in a different way. And I'm not indicating at all that this was your fault. I'm just saying that you've learned from it. This is a 6 of Cups, and it's nostalgic energy. And it depends on what it's coupled with as to, the meaning behind it. But for me, it is a very nice energy. Here's somebody giving somebody else a cup. So that means sharing and caring. And again, that can fit right in with these. Totally different than this. Here you're sharing and you're caring, and it's a very loving energy, I think. And it's one of the few places that takes part inside of a community in the tarot. All right? And so I think there might very well be community involvement. Now, some will say that this can also mean don't get stuck in the past. And that is true too. Do not get stuck in the past. But don't let that keep you from having beautiful memories of the past, okay? Because it also means, thinking about your childhood, your youth, and all these wonderful things that happened. And that's part of what makes you who you are today, right? Okay, one more card. Choices. Seven of Cups. You have choices. And now with this card, it talks about these choices. Some of them are wonderful, some not wonderful. Okay? So do your due diligence, research these, and pick the choice or choices that really are the best for you. Okay? Don't just pick one because it's pretty and shiny or something. Make for sure you check them out well. Okay? That's a big deal. It's so tempting to look at something or find something and say, oh, I want that. And then if you check it out, you might not want it so much. Kind of like buying a car. You find this wonderful car you want, and then you find out that there's a bazillion conditions attached to it. That kind of makes it not look quite so good. So make for sure that whatever choices you pick, you've researched them and you've picked the right ones for you. All right? So let's get a charm from the universe, and I don't look, so I never know. You have a heart. Beautiful. Love. Okay? You are making a wonderful decision on going forward with this new start. It just occurred to me. You have all these choices, right? And you have all these new starts. I wonder if that's referring to that, because you get all the new starts regardless, and I think they all actually blend very well. Abundance, fortunate new beginning, brilliant ideas, creative, loving, joyful, But that just popped into my mind. But at any rate, this charm is saying, it's beautiful. Enjoy it. Okay, I hope you have a great week. Much love. Bye.